also want to share that if you have any questions along the way, just type them in your message bar. I have Asia behind the scenes. This is a paper doll cutout. She's here in my house. This show is broadcast from my home, just like many of us are home. I decided to do something that would be fun and creative with Unicorn Jazz, using a lot of the things that I do when I come to the schools and speak to the children with author visits. So thank you, boys and girls, for watching, and for parents too. You have any questions about Unicorn Jazz, about what it takes to make children's books, type them in the comment section and Asia will bring it to me. So I do want to say that for those of you joining, we have a contest. I'm going to do giveaways. It's our first show. You want some freebies? You want Unicorn Jazz autograph and Unicorn Jazz plushie? I'm going to give 5 away. So this is what you have to do, okay? The first thing is you have to take a picture of yourself making a funny face. So I'm going to make one myself. I can't be a winner, but I'm happy that I go first. So here's my funny face. Okay, I know. So did you capture the Asia? I'll do one more time. My funny face. Okay, so there's mine. Asia's going to submit it in the comment section, and or Amanda, who's on Instagram with us. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you 24 hours. Whoever gets the most likes on their picture is going to win. You get a pair, you get a book, you get a book. You're going to get Unicorn Jazz hardcover and the plushie. So what you have to do is just take a selfie of yourself making a funny face and get your friends and family to like, and the 5 winners will be sent that. And running with some happiness and fun, I want to share that earlier last week, my sister Ruth, she gave me permission to share funny dances she's done. And when she sent it to me and some family, because we're doing things so that we can have happiness during this time, during social distancing, Chris and I, my husband and I, looked at the funny things that my family sent in, and I just could not stop laughing. So she gave me permission. By the way, Ruth is a nurse, and she doesn't know that she won this contest. So maybe some family or friends are telling her. And so she is going to get the certificate this week. We're going to give one every week, by the way. She gets the Thing I Do Show award to my sister Ruth for sharing laughter and positive vibes, and for being a great healthcare worker, nurse, sister, wife, friend, mother, grandmother, and a selfless human being. She's my little sister, and she and I were we just used to have so much fun, and she really teased me a lot. So this is fun that we get to laugh at her. And here I go. I have to go here. See, some technical difficulties behind the scene. This is new software that allows us to stream on YouTube Live and different Facebooks. So it's good at sending this to you guys. Sharing, stop. Okay, so we are going to share Ruth's funny dance. It's here, the thing I do to dance and sing with me. Here you go. Baby blue, nobody knew what happened. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Ruth. That's the thing she does. There she is. And so she's going to find out later that she won this award. And if you have a funny dance to send in, please do so. We are new on TikTok as well. We have the Unicorn Jazz Friendship Song on TikTok with some dance that other girls have done. And every week we're going to be doing a prize for a dance that's silly, fun, something that will make a lot of us laugh. So next I'm going to go into some being happy pages that we have done, because our show today, as I promised, is going to be about being happy. So we have the Spanish version also, Abejita Feliz, and we have it translated thanks to our friend Natalia Sepulveda, who's going to be giving a Spanish tip later on in the show as well. So being happy is, oh, there's on the screen. So my illustrator, Davey Villalobos, also is from my hometown of El Paso, Texas. So when I had the idea to start with Unicorn Jazz, and I want to share that she has a musical note for a tale, and we did that on purpose because we know that unicorns are celebrated everywhere in the world, and really we see unicorns everywhere. And I wanted to make Unicorn Jazz have a special name, something that's different in the first book. And next week I'm going to be showing part of the book narrated by Tiffany Mars and all of her animal voices. So going back to being happy, Davey, my illustrator, took a lot of things that meant happiness for me when I was young. And earlier this year, I was at Horizon Heights in El Paso, Texas, and the students there made some beautiful being happy pieces for them. And I have this on my website free. Asia will put it in the comment section, unicornjazz.com. We have how you, whether you're a teacher, you want to share it with your classroom, parents at home, you can make your own little what being happy is. It's an easy download, and I'm giving away free coloring page. And we're giving other freebies as well. We have free coloring pages to a lot of the characters, including the zebra corn, do-it-yourself zebra corn puppet. Look, 4 fingers. Asia and I were doing ours this weekend. Having fun. So lots of characters we have for Unicorn Jazz. And so with being happy, this is some of the art that was submitted. So let me get that going. If you guys have questions, how's it going, guys? How's it going, Asia? Chris, can you come back and open the bedroom door? I'm broadcasting live from Huntington Beach. Okay, so I'm going to now share the being happy. Share. Okay, so here's some of the drawings that the children did after they read Being Happy. Because being happy is anything you want it to be. It's not just what we did in our book. So look at that. So a lot of the common things we saw from children being happy is being with their family, being with their friends, playing games. This is all from their hand art. Thank you. And so being happy is playing games. We got outdoors. We got hundreds and hundreds from this wonderful school, Horizon Heights, out of El Paso, Texas. And thanks to the librarian there, Shannon Ortega, for giving these to me. What a special treat this was. So this is just a sample. And again, it's on our Being Happy page, full of a lot of freebies that Asia's going to be posting on the comment section. And back to me there. We have a Being Happy puppet. So Be Happy is a character that is in a lot of the books that we're creating. But the first book has Unicorn Jazz and her friend, Wolf the Crow, who believes in her. By the way, I made that story free on video on the education page, Asia. So if you could share that in the comment section, unicornjazz.com, education. So look what I have with me here. Unicorn Jazz. Look how big she is. So Chris propped her up earlier for me. And we fly with her when we go to other states, we go to other schools, and we show people how Unicorn Jazz came out of the book from vision to a stuffed plush animal. I want to say that making a plush animal is more work than writing a book. It really is. And if it wasn't for my husband, Dr. Chris Herzik, to help me with all the details, I don't think I would have wanted to do this part. But it is a lot of fun. We're working to make it into a puppet so we can have puppet shows and other activities like that. So I just wanted to point out that, look, she still has her musical note for a tail. Her hair is purple. We have it in pink as well because we took a vote and boys and girls like both pink or purple. So we went with both colors. And we have, as I said, Treziki. He's in the book ICU, which is the 3rd book in the Unicorn Jazz series. And he's also in the 4th one that Davey and I are working on. And that's going to also have a song that's kind of rap-like. So the zebra corn's name is Treziki. Treziki is named after my son, Trey Jam. There's my son, Trey Jam. And so my son Trey is a YouTuber today. He's a popular YouTuber called Trey Jam. and TreyJam.com links to all his videos that have millions of views per video. So Trey started creating his own YouTube channel, doing try not to laugh challenges. And for adults at home, it's kind of like our America's Funniest Home Videos. And they're little snippets of funnies. And Trey started when he was 7 years old. 7 years old. Mostly self-taught. I know that I encouraged him to learn technology. I wrote a book before called Color Your Message that talked about all the technology and where we are today that is helping our lives. Even now, look at this. I'm able to broadcast to so many people's homes all over the world, and thanks to technology. So Trey took it seriously, and he really taught himself almost, I would say 95%, how to make the YouTube channel, how to make the thumbnail photos, all the things to get the ranking that he has. And all of a sudden, again, he started when he was 7. So I want to say maybe it took on 3 years. He could correct me if I'm wrong. He's in the home listening. Is when we started seeing his videos get hundreds of thousands of ranking per video and onwards, and year after year, month after month. And just even a year ago, his video, he would put a video up, and in one day it would get 1 million views. And so then I started saying, hey, maybe you could help Unicorn Jazz. And he's like, Mom, I don't know if I want a unicorn with my channel. And so now I have to sponsor to get on his show. And I think now that I have Trey Ziki, I might have a way to get on his show. So, okay, without further ado now, I'm going to show some more Being Happy pages on my screen. Okay, so I have to share. So this software allows me to share on my screen what you're seeing and what I'm seeing. And we are going to go to the show page. And by the way, boys and girls and educators and everyone watching, today's show, some of the order and talking points are on my blog. You go to unicornjazz.com, click on blog, and this is today's show, The Thing I Do. So the thing I do is meant to be like, what is the thing you do? We all have different styles and passions to what we love. I like writing. It's not any surprise that I became an author, but I didn't always know I was going to be an author. It is one of the best things I do in my life, and I'm so blessed and grateful. I live today in Huntington Beach, a block from the ocean. I grew up in Texas. I grew up in a desert. I never thought I would see an ocean. I didn't see an ocean until I was 17 years old, and I'm so grateful today that we do live a block from the ocean, but I'm grateful to travel all over, meeting as many children as I can. That's the best part, is when I can read the books, have them come to life, have you all ask the questions that come my way about imagination and creativity. Okay, so you guys can see that screen. Yay, I got the software big. Okay, so Bruce, by the way, also got this Dance and Sing With Me mug that our friends make for us out of Texas, and the link goes to her product. Here is Sophia. So she's a Unicorn Jazz ambassador, Unicorn Jazz Friendship Ambassador. She's been with us in the beginning. Her mom, OC Studios by Lizette, has done a lot of the photos and captured them. Here's my paper doll of Sophia. So there we were having fun, dressed up as a fairy tale. And what people don't know, that behind the scenes is that the dresses being bulky and big were really uncomfortable. So what I'm telling Sophia right there as I'm whispering is, when we were little girls, or when I was a little girl, because she's still a little girl, I said, when I was a little girl, I used to think playing fairy tale and dressing up was going to be so much fun. And I said to her, I just want to get out of this dress. It's bulky and big. And nobody ever told us that this is the part that's not uncomfortable. And she was smiling and agreeing with me. So that's behind the scenes there. I also want to share some great news. If you like some of the Being Happy pages and you really want to go page by page and download it on your Kindle, you can. So I also have Being Happy free on Kindle today, and the Spanish version, only the Kindle version. Of course, as an author, we love if you support our work, and if you purchase any of my Unicorn Jazz books, They're available in paperback, hardcover, Kindle. But today only until tomorrow, I made a date today, Thursday, and tomorrow for people who may just get this streaming later. Being Happy is free on Kindle today and tomorrow. Love your reviews, and also in Spanish in Abejita Feliz. So please share with anyone you know that's in the Spanish-speaking community, parents, grandparents, and so forth. So I'm going to turn my green screen on for a second because I want to show you some of the book pages that I have here. So as I turn it off, because we found out in behind the scenes that if I didn't do this, the book becomes invisible. So there's my green screen. That screen, we have some fun software that you're able to see a different background. See, that's technology working for you. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all the pages, but I want to show you here, Being Happy is. So when I was going through this, I thought of a lot of things that make me happy. Again, I could keep making books after books, and you could make your own Being Happy art too. Again, if you just tuned in, Asia will share all the Being Happy freebies we have for you today. Also, if you're just tuning in, we're doing a funny face contest. Submit your funny face. The one who has the most votes, the most likes in 24 hours is going to get Unicorn Jazz hardcover and plushie. We're going to award them to 5. Okay, so I love to write. So here's Wolf the Crow, who's Unicorn Jazz's friend in the first book, that believes in her and helps her to overcome her shyness. She sings. They're friends. Everyone's happy. So being happy is writing, right? So for me, I always thought, well, writing a letter to someone would always make them happy. So I'm going to put writing a thoughtful letter. Also today, in an age where we don't take the time to handwrite things anymore or write note cards because we have email and text, I still often ask kids when I go to school, would your parent or somebody like it if you gave them a letter or a card? And the answer is yes. The same with the teacher. So I really encourage writing. I have on our website a pen pal activity sheet that you could do with someone you know. I love writing to people as pen pal. And it's one of the favorite things I do is writing and getting to know you. So I have that pen pal sheet on the blog. It's called Pen Pal. So here's another one. So I always like to go through this one and pass this around when I go to the elementary schools. Okay, so commenting, boys or girls, anyone from ages 1 to 103 that can type. Okay, I'm going to do this one here, this page. What's going on here? What would make you happy about this page? What would make you happy? Give you time to submit comments. There you go for Instagram. Okay, so for me, what's going on in this page is this is when I was young, my sisters, my cousins, I grew up in a big family, big Hispanic family in El Paso, Texas. And back then we did not have the computer or YouTube or iPads. We would do a lot of make-believe play. And so this was us in the backyard. Being happy is playing make-believe. So we used to play a silly game called Wonder Woman, Godzilla, and all that. And so I had Davey Villalobos, the illustrator, draw what that was through animal characters. And that's what that represents. So most children I speak with, when I ask them to raise their hands, do they like to, if I were to ask you, do you like to read? Do you like to write? Do you like to draw? Do you like to paint? Sometimes most kids say all of the above, some of the above, and that's all right for you. So I love to dance. That's why one of our shirts is a Dance and Sing With Me shirt. And Asia, at the end, I'm going to bring her in. She's wearing it as well. So this was Being Happy is Dancing with Friends. And so we did a lot of these pages in the book. I love that a lot of times teachers, educators start sharing what being happy is to them, just like I showed you earlier on the show. This one was important. If you brought your teacher flowers, you think she'd be happy? Yes. And so that's my sister, Suzanne Funk, Mrs. Funk. She's the teacher we put, and she's also a librarian in some of our other pages. And so my sister was always, Suzanne, a great teacher. There's also a page, Being Happy is Helping Someone Learn. And I put that for my sister because she always took the time patiently to help. So we have Dr. Chris in the background. Okay, so let's see what's next on my list here. We did the Be Happy. Next is the Spanish tip. So we have a Spanish tip by Natalia Sepulveda. She's a bilingual translator. She's actually working on her own book too. Very proud of her. So we asked her weekly if she would give us a Spanish tip. So I'm going to go and find her tip. And share screen. And some of this is shared on our social media videos we played earlier this week. Here's your Spanish lesson, Natalia. Okay. All right.
Hola, this is Natalia from the Unicorn Jazz team. And
1 second.
Hola, this is Natalia from the Unicorn Jazz team. And the phrase of the week that I would like to share with you guys today is to be kind, ser amable. I'm here at the beach, so just wanted to say hi from La Playa. That's another word, the beach. Bye. See you next time.
I don't know if y'all saw her. Again, this is our first show, but she is streaming. She's on the blog page. I don't think you did see her because I didn't see her on my computer screen. Natalia, thanks for teaching us your Spanish tip. Again, her tip is also on our Instagram, on Facebook, and video, and YouTube. Okay, so next comes librarian recommended books. Every week, I'm going to bring to you. It didn't play. Yeah, sorry. Asia was telling me about the Spanish video. It's on our social media. Okay, so Christy Lee Evans is a librarian from Tennessee. And I started asking school librarians, what were some of your favorite books when you were young? And weekly, I'm going to share them. So today's picks comes from Christy Lee Evans in Tennessee. So she says she likes, going to see, oh, it kind of shows there. It's on the blog page. She says when she was young, she fell in love with reading. She says, I am a reader because my second grade teacher read to us every day after lunch. So she likes and recommends the book, The Borrowers. She read that when she was young, came out in 1952. Ramona books, and that came out in 1955. There's actually 8 humorous books featuring Ramona. The Mouse and the Motorcycle, a lot of you know that book. And that book came out in 1965. The main character's name is Ralph the Mouse. And then she also liked Pippi Longstocking, which I always loved. I always loved the movies as well. And did you know that Pippi Longstocking came out in 1945 and it's been published in more than 40 languages? So next, we have Dr. Chris Hersick. He is actually here in our house, and he is not working right now. And so I'm very privileged that we get him live, especially for our first show. So Dr. Chris is also my husband. And when he can't be with us behind the scenes, we'll be making tips for you that we'll be posting on our blog and social media. And when I can't have him, we have paper doll of Dr. Chris. Okay, he's standing here next. I'm ready for you. But first, I'm going to introduce him with the video. Stop. I'm going to share the Dr. Chris video. One second, Dr. Chris. Here we go. What is a radiologist?
Hello, I'm Dr. Chris. I am a medical doctor that specializes in radiology, which is called a radiologist. Radiologist is a medical doctor who uses imaging machines like X-ray, CT scans, MRI scans, and ultrasound. We use these to detect diseases, certain injuries, and medical conditions. Over the next few weeks, I'll be giving you an idea of what I do and how I do it. Please feel free to ask any questions. I will be glad to answer any questions that I can.
All right. Thanks, Chris. So we have a question in for Dr. Chris that came in from Priscilla, all the way from Chicago. Here's Priscilla's paper doll. She's wearing a Unicorn Jazz shirt, and her mom is a mom blogger, Crystal Leon. We will also be sharing her on our social media. So Chris is going to take a seat while I ask questions from Priscilla, and you can hold Unicorn Jazz, Dr. Chris. Okay. Oh. All you need to do is look at here.
Okay.
All right. Say hi, Dr. Chris.
Hi.
So I'm the interviewer on behalf of Priscilla.
Oh, wait, Priscilla's here.
Okay.
Here's Priscilla.
Okay, so Priscilla's a fourth grader from Chicago, Illinois. Again, her mom is a mom blogger, Crystal Leon. Her handle's called A Sailor's Wife. And so Priscilla's question, first of all, before the question, so you are a doctor, a radiologist, but you also have a background in marine biology. So explain to the boys and girls at home how that came about.
Well, before I became a doctor, I was studying all kinds of biology and science in school, and I really liked the marine sciences best. So I got a degree in marine biology. I loved it, but after doing that for a while, I decided that I would go into medicine also. And right now I'm in the field of medicine, other than talking on Unicorn Jazz Show.
So Priscilla, she's interested in marine biology, especially she has a love for dolphins. So
love it.
She says, what would a marine biologist's work consist of if I was studying dolphins?
Oh, yeah, I know a lot of dolphin researchers. And sometimes the dolphin researchers work at an aquarium or a marine park and study the animals when they're in a tank or in a closed environment. Others actually go out in the ocean, and that's a really interesting part of marine biology, is studying the animals in their natural habitat and environment. They're so good when they're out on the ocean that they can identify certain dolphins and certain whales by the way they look. And so they'll be out on a boat and they'll say, hey, that's Granny over there. I know that one. And they know them, and they know that they're families, and they get to know the pods of dolphins and whales out there. But it's a lot of fun work if you go into that.
Okay, her next question, Dr. Chris, is where are some top places you travel to for work and or fun?
Oh, well, for work, when I was doing a lot of marine biology, I loved to travel anywhere around the ocean. Worked on a number of islands. I worked in a lot of the Hawaiian Islands. I've been up to San Juan Islands looking at orcas. We have also done some work with the gray whales in California off of the coast of off of Los Angeles. There's a Channel Islands group. Spent some time out there. So anywhere around the ocean for marine biology can work.
Okay, and I want to share, because I know being married to you, you have started skiing since you were how old?
Oh, I was skiing. Skiing somehow came out of it from being a marine biologist, but I don't know how. I've been skiing since I was 3 years old, so skiing a lot of my life. I love when I'm not at the ocean, go to the mountains and the desert. Living in California, we have all of that and at our doorstep. We drive from the desert to the sea in all of Southern California.
Thank you, Chris. All right, you get up while we switch.
Okay. See you later.
Tip. Oh, and tell people they can ask any tip.
Oh, yeah. Send in questions that have to do with medicine, radiology, or marine biology, or anything, life in general. Unicorn Jazz.
Thanks, baby. Oh my gosh, he's so not nervous as I was starting the show. Okay, so how are we doing in time? Good timing. So I have just a few more minutes. If you have questions, I want to give some reminders for people tuning in to Unicorn Jazz, the thing I do show. Submit your funny face in the comment section, and we're going to be giving away 5 autograph books, plushie, to the winners. And Asia has been sharing the blog pages if you want to find a lot of free printables. We have Being Happy and Abajita Feliz available. And these are some of the books that we've done. Unicorn ICU is our newest one. I'm very proud of this book and the hand-drawn art, the graphic novel pages Davey did. So I have this one. You get a pair, kind of like Oprah Winfrey when she does giveaways. And I mean, I like that he's very clever, Davey. So this one, we both helped to write the story and a lot of ideas. We go back and forth thanks to technology, we're able to do these children's books and not be in the same city. So what I like about this is right now I feel like everybody, and because of education and social distancing and wanting to help the kids, which is why we're doing our show, is like everyone's giving all kinds of stuff free, including us. And I just thought that was a neat thing that we're doing in society right now, is a lot of us are coming together and using our gifts. And I'm grateful that I could use my gift in writing. And I'm shy by nature, if you haven't already heard about me. So getting up in front of a camera is not my favorite thing to do, but I do it. I do it because I love sharing about writing, art, song, all these things that focus around imagination. And I love that every day I get to be like 7 years old, I feel like, and being creative. Being creative is so important to do in our lives. And I know a lot of time people are making crafts and all kinds of neat things. Send them into our show so we could showcase them on our blog and social media. I'm not that crafty, but if I have the time to do it, I would do more. I love painting. I have lots of paintings I've done. Maybe one day I'll do a little painting session. I'd love to get an art session from Davey, our illustrator. We have turned Unicorn Jazz into a 3D mold printing that schools take advantage of who have a 3D printer. So next week, I haven't decided which book I'll be showcasing and reading more. Today was a get to know us show, being our first show. We have Unicorn Jazz that I could go through. I know Tiffany Mars, our voice actress, is going to be coming on. So I'm going to bring her on. We have Fancha Anderson, who helped write and do the music for the Unicorn Jazz Friendship Song. And I'll play that when we exit the show. And the Unicorn Jazz Friendship Song is on 30 music platforms, including YouTube. It's on TikTok now as well. So have fun with that, boys and girls. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section. You can write to us separately. And we are happy to get back to you. I have Asia in my team and Amanda that help me with social media. And Asia, you should come back here and say hi before we close the show. So while she comes here, I want to talk about I See You Choosing Kindness. So this book is about choosing kindness over bullying. So there's Billy Bob the Butterfly Bully that tries to make fun of Wolf the Crow. There's a story to this, and we'll go through it more on a future show. But I wanted to say, here's Billy Bob the Butterfly Bully. That was cute. So Davey's real clever. And when you write a picture book, there's an author and illustrator obviously doing the book. Some people are one person. Some people become the author, the writer, and the illustrator. I'm the writer. I'm Lisa Caprelli, the writer of the books. Davey is the illustrator. So I want to say that in making picture books, what's the fun thing is to see your words come alive with pictures. So every time Davey sends me pictures of what's in my head, and with Unicorn Jazz and her animal friends, it's like, yes, no, change that. And when I get to share the stories with the kids, they just love how it opens up their imagination. And I'm here to encourage you to write more. Journal. I did a lot of journaling when I was younger. That's probably why I like writing so much. I often say I was the quietest kid in the classroom. And so I think that because I wasn't talking, I was probably writing more. So Asia's going to come and say hi. Quick hello. She helps us behind the scenes. Been with us since last year. I know. See her. Show your dance and sing with me shirt. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for helping. Okay. So we're going to close this show, because my goal was to make it under 35 minutes, and that's exactly what we're doing. And I look forward to next week's show. We're going to be posting what's going to be coming on next week. And thank you, everyone who has contributed, family, friends, Unicorn Jazz friends, educators. You mean the world to us. It takes a team. It takes a lot of people following and believing in your visions. I know that I'm very grateful to be doing what I love and live in purpose. I'm having the greatest days of my life, the greatest years ahead. I hope to write hundreds of Unicorn Jazz stories. We aim to turn it into a cartoon series. All these great things to never stop. So I am going to share the friendship song. It's called the Unicorn Jazz Friendship Song. Please write us on social media, unicornjazz.com. Here we go.
are bold, you shine so bright, a golden ray. You're my sunshine. Nothing can give you fright. You are strong, your heart is kind, and every day you're my heart's delight. Unicorn jazz, unicorn jazz. I'm so glad you're my friend. Unicorn jazz, unicorn jazz. Our fun will never end. So let's go, yeah. Let's go, yeah. If you're a bird, fly high in the sky. If you're a fish, swim deep in the sea. If you're friends with unicorn jazz, dance and sing with me. Be happy with your light. You are bold, you shine so bright, a golden ray. You're my sunshine. Let nothing give you fright. You are strong, your heart is kind, and every day you're my heart's delight. Unicorn jazz, unicorn jazz. I'm so glad you're my friend. Unicorn jazz, unicorn jazz. Our fun will never end. So let's go, yeah. Let's go, yeah.
Let's go.